मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातं वन्दे परमानन्दं माधवम्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। In the outset, I would like to express my gratitudes to the Honorable Vice Chancellor of Mangalore University, with whose vision this seminar is being organized through virtual platform. I am also very, very thankful from the core of my heart, Professor K. Krishna Sharma ji, who is the chairman of the Department of Human Consciousness and Yogic Science in this beautiful, renowned University of Mangalore, who was very kind enough to invite me to interact with all the learned people who are participating through this mode. And I am also very, very grateful to the entire team of Professor K. Krishna ji, who has been associating since long to make this conference a successful with their hard work and also without caring for their facilities at the present. So I'll be with you for 30 minutes. Every one of us knows that yoga has also been included in the new education policy to be introduced in colleges and universities. And some groundwork has also begun in some of the universities. That is a separate issue at government level. But the topic I have been given, what is the necessity of the yoga education in the modern time to the youths? So from here, I will start. The education is nothing, but it is a knowledge which is dormant in us. And we have to take certain measures and efforts to expose that dormant knowledge. These are the sayings of a great saint of Swami Vivekananda Memorial, in whose name that has been founded. Swami Vivekananda giving a call unanimously to the whole world that we have to expose those potentialities which are dormant in us through the system of education. And similarly, great philosopher Aristotle has said, educating the mind without educating the heart is no education at all. And here, this is the point, that the yoga not only educated the bookish knowledge, but it gives the knowledge how to come closer to all the living beings of this most glittering planet of the universe. Whether they are the human beings or they are the other living beings flying in the sky or crawling on the earth, or they are living in the water. All are our close beings without associating, without looking, without caring for them, we can not enjoy the holistic approach, and also we cannot maintain the universal brotherhood or the global brotherhood, as all these saints and sages of my great motherland of Oriental times has given a message, wide message to the entire humanity, that Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, the whole world is my own home, and all the living beings on it are all my family members. This type of feelings we have to create, and for that the most simplest and the shortest or the shortcut is the yogic education or involvement in the yogic way of life or yogic way of living. Because nowadays our old traditions, our old way of life is missing somewhere, and because of that many problems are coming in the youths in the modern world. So first of all, I would like to underline some of the problems which they are facing. Number one, the sedentary way of life and sedentary way of food. Sedentary way of food and sedentary way of life automatically and inevitably attack the immune system of the body or the internal functional body or the biomechanics of the body. So till we are not prepared to educate the youngs about our traditional food and our food which is grown by the earth, not in the other, that this junk food, etc., etc., because they are very easy to eat but very difficult to digest them, and the toning up or the strengthening up of the body is also not there. That's why, as in the Ayurvedic scriptures and also in the yogic scriptures, it has been said that ahar shuddhaus sattva shuddhi, that with the ahara, with the ahara, we can also reach to the status of divine virtuous being. Therefore, we have to be very, very careful about the food we serve to our children or our family members inside the house. We should make prepared ourselves only to the conventional food, because that is good to the entire functionary system of the body. Second thing is the lack of cultural knowledge, of lack of cultural heritage. Our youths or the youths around us, whether they are coming to the university or the college or the schools, they are not bothered for the cultural heritage of the of our old system, because the allurements, attractions, and attachments which have been provided to us by the man are more easily reachable also, and they can allure us also very easily. So we have to understand the cultural heritage, and we should teach them the philosophy of Ishopanishad, which speaks Ishavasyam midam sarvam yat kincha jagatayam jagta tena tyaktena bhunjita magridha syade swidadhanam, which means no scripture of the Indian tradition never give this information that we should live in hardship. No, not at all. We should live very comfortably, conveniently, and we must have all the comforts of the life. But when the comforts of the life begins to give us some sorrows, sufferings, pain, disease, tension, stress, etc., etc., then it is not good enough to lead our life happily, but we should give it in charity to those who needs that comfort. Because Up to some level, money is okay, property is okay, but beyond that, when we have lot of money, lot of property, then mentally we start to begin a little bit handicapped or painful or stressful or tensionful. So we have to be very, very careful about this saying of the Ishavasya Upanishadaha, that we have to live in association with all the living beings. If we follow the traditions and culture of our own local area, which our elderly people, which our ancestors have left to us as a precious gift, by following that, we will automatically be prepared to practice yoga both in behavior, both in thought power, and both in interaction. So I give you just one example how our old elderly people have been doing on the advice of that knowledge, that wisdom which has been left to us in the form of manuscripts or the pandulipis, or the shastras or the scriptures by the most learned and noble saints and sages. Early in the morning when we used to wake up, because yoga will not do anything till our mental aptitude will be very, very peaceful, cozy, and also very friendly. So early in the morning when we used to get up, so then our people, I have seen in my village also, in my house also, elderly people used to get up early in the morning, and after they are free from the daily routine activities in the early hours of the morning, they used to carry a earthen empty pitcher on their shoulder, or the ladies on their head, and also carry handful of raw rice, and they used to visit the water pond or the river or any other source of water from where they used to fetch the water to their use at home. So they used to carry handful of rice in their and when they reach there close to the or on the mouth of the water pond, they used to sprinkle those raw rices on the surface of the water, and immediately that raw rice is being very happily and in a dancing style used to absorb by the fishes and other living beings of that particular pond. So this is the message where we apply it practically, behaviorally, in the morning to share our food or our property with the living beings. And after that, we also used to spread some nuts on the courtyard of the house and put some water in a open pitcher pot, so that all the animals or birds, those who need that, they should drink that and they should also eat that. One more thing, it has been said that avivadan shilasya nityam viddhopasevina chatvari tasya vardhante ayurvidya yashobalam. This also give respect, reverence, and salutations to the early people in the morning. In Ramayana also, Tulsi Krita Ramayana also, Tulsi Das has also written, he has also underlined, Prata Kal Uthi Raghunatha, Matu Pitu Guru Navahi Mata. But nowadays, where our younger generation is going, early in the morning, they are busy with WhatsApp messages. They are busy with the WhatsApp message. They are busy with the YouTube channels, etc., etc., and forgetting the tradition of singing the mantras or the chanting of the mantras in the early hours of the morning. So this also gives a little bit tension early hours of the morning to these younger generations. So we have to check And first we have to apply all those singing of the mantras or the behavior which we want to transmit to them. Without following the path self, we cannot ask others, we cannot teach others to follow that type of living. Therefore, it is also necessary that it must be introduced right from the school level to the university level, slowly and slowly, according to their mental aptitude and mental receptivity. As they grow, we have to make them friendly to the scriptures also. Secondly, the lust of addiction is there nowadays. The younger generation, again, I'm using time and again the word younger generation, because the younger generation is a victim of all these attractions and allurements I said before, and they fall victim of the drug addiction or any other type of addiction. And instead of making their strong dynamic willpower or strong dynamic personality, they are just killing themselves by using this type of addicted material. So we have to be very, very conscious, and we should also give some messages or some suggestions to the school administration or to the college administration or to the administration, university administration, that anti-drug cells should be constituted to check all these situations which are against the society. Because of it, they are also losing their tolerance power. If someone is not happy with the life, immediately he or she commits suicide. If someone has said something to guide properly in some hard words, they have no tolerance power for that. And they also commit suicide. That. And if someone is not satisfied with his examination marks or the examination results, the student go and commits suicide by hanging himself or just jumping on the river or from the mountain or from the hill, and they just finish their life. So yoga makes us very powerful and very strong and bear the pressures of the life, bear the pressures of the challenges, and we can just grow as a very strong person. The next thing is a lack of exercises, because nowadays we have so many electronic or the modern science has given facilities and amenities. Even then we do not have time in the morning to do some exercises, and we think that exercises will be more fruitful inside the gym or in the key fit centers or in the acrobatic centers or in the wrestling grounds or in the athletic grounds. But this traditional exercise which the Indian saints and sages have given in the form of asanas or in the form of pranayamas, they give exercise right from the thinnest nerves of the body till to the gross level of the body. Therefore, asanas will work, pranayamas will work throughout the life, whereas the other exercises where we have loss of water through the in the form of sweat, etc., etc. So after 40 years or 45 years, many such people, those who go for exercises to the gyms, etc., their body begins to crack and their body begins to disaffiliate from the physical capability and capacity. Therefore, we have to educate them about the efficacy, about the importance, about the significance of the yogic module, which again these saints and sages have given or left to us. Thirdly, many people, their immune system is so weak that they cannot bear the in environmental changes or the climatic changes. Because of that, some falls sick immediately as soon as there is a climate change, maybe in the form of flu, etc., or in the form of allergy, etc. So yoga prepares us to be the same person throughout year and throughout the periods of particular climate, and we never become sick because of this environmental change too. Therefore, it is also necessary that we have to keep all these factors in mind and try to impart educational system of yoga in their schools, etc. Because UGC, or the new educational policy 2020, has already opened some channels, and those who cannot continue their studies for degree level or so they will not go empty hand. At least they will get some certificate course or undergraduate level diploma course or PG level diploma course, and after completing the duration they will get the whole this degree course fully. It may be undergraduate level or it may be postgraduate level. The Indian youths must know the essence of yoga to the development of their dynamic personality, dynamic willpower, as I said before, the values of the life, and also the social values, and to protect the Indian tradition of wisdom. It is the oldest culture of the world, which should be promoted and protected. So now coming to the yogic philosophy, it is said in Shvetashvatara Upanishad, na tasya rogo jara na mrityu praptasya yogagni mayam shariram. The person who practices yoga and who has made his energy or the vital energy or the vital fire in the body very, very strong or in a balancing situation, he never falls sick before time, and just having small situations which attack the person, so he will be away from that. Natasya rogo, the disease will not come at early time, very serious disease. Natasya rogo jara na mrityu, neither he will fall in the hands of the oldness which comes again before age. If someone is very sick, suppose he has become a chronic patient at the age of 20 years, he automatically seems to us very old. So here it means that the person who practices yoga, then he never falls sick before the age, and nor before the age or untimely death will not attack that person who practices yoga. Again, it is said in Garuda Purana that bhavatapena taptanam yogo hi parma aushadham, which means the person who is suffering with some problems, some diseases, some pains, or it may be the three dukkhas, it may be the three tapas, it may be the problem due to the imbalancing of the three doshas, or it may be a problem because of the three gunas. He can conquer all such problems by practicing yoga. So this means bhavatapen taptanam, all the sorrows and sufferings, pains and problems, diseases and deformities of the body or the atmosphere around us, which becomes sometime negative to us, it can be controlled by the practice of yoga. So this I'm referring from the Garuda Purana. Now, all these the Hatha Yogic scriptures which speaks, or Maharishi Patanjali also speak, Yoganga Anushthana Ashuddhi Kshe Jnana Deeptyar Viveka Khyataha which means by practicing the limbs of yoga, we can control all the problems of the life, and only then we can awake the knowledge which is secret in us, and we reach to the state of knowing the truth of the life, the truth of the universe, the truth of the nature, and the truth of the we are here as a guest for some particular years or of time. So this is the saying of Maharshi Patanjali in the Yoga Sutra. Yoga Sutra also speak that how to maintain a global or the social oneness or the closeness or the brotherhood, where he speaks about the Chitta Prasadanam. Chitta Prasadanam, where Maitri Karan Mudit Upekshanam Sukh Dukh Punya Punya Bhavnatas Chitta Prasadanam. And when this type of counseling is given very seriously, continuously, for a long time, with full dedication, with full determination, with full devotion, and with full commitment, only then we can cherish this life, and we can also cherish this body, which is a beautiful gift given by the God to every person on this planet. So here also we should be concerned about all these situations. And thirdly, I just want to refer about the Hatha Yogic techniques, which deals not only with the body. It seems that it is dealing with the body, but ultimately it is opening the doors and the softwares of the brain, software of the neurological setup of the body to be a nice person, and a helping person, and a cooperative person, and also how to secure, how to save my society, how I will become a security and safety cover to my particular area, and to my state, and to my country. Because yoga also teaches that we have also to save the cultures, and also to save the traditions, and also to save my country from the enemies also, because the yoga person is not only a sadhaka, a yoga sadhaka, but when the nation needs his services, when the nation needs his bravery, he also behaves like a soldier of the army. संत वही संत जब राष्ट्र को उसकी आवश्यकता पड़ती है, तो वो सैनिक की तरह वहां पर अपनी देश की सीमाओं के ऊपर खड़ा हो जाता है. These such type of examples are available in our scriptures, whether you go for Puranas, or you go for some other related text, etc., etc. Such type of examples you will find very commonly. So Shatkarmas, they are not only the detoxification processes in the body, but they also make the internal systems and the breathing system to flow in a close combination to open the doors of our head, heart, and to work together by honoring the expectations and the emotions of the society and the self also. And these detoxification processes, they also behave inside the body like an anti-titanus therapy. When we stop the journey of the titanus after a deep wound by injecting the self of a titanus injection. So anti-titanus therapy is also imparted by the practice of, or by the 6 purificatory processes, or the 6 cleansing processes. They, each and every one is a specialist. They behave like a specialist inside the body, as the esophagus specialist is all types of dhotis, and the rectal specialist or the digestive systems specialist is the Vasti, and the ENT specialist is the Neti, eyes specialist is the Tratica, and the Noli is the gastrointestinal expert is or the specialist is the Noli, and the neurological balancing for the neurological health or to check the problems of pressure of the brain, the Kapalabhati is there. And it is also said in Hatha Yoga Pratipika, Kapal Shodhanam, Vatadoshagnam, Krimidosham Chaparhitaha, Punapunramidam Karyam, Surya Bhedanam Uttamam, which means that when we practice the Kapala Shodhana Kriyas, and these Kapal Shodhana Kriyas is a Surya Bhedan also, particularly here they are referring about the author is referring only to the Surya Bhedan, but other related techniques are the Pastrika, Brahmari, and Kapala Shodhana Kriya. So by working on it, we can control all the problems of the three doshas. And Krimi Dosham Parhita. Krimi Dosham, we have to understand it, we have to underline it in the context of the present scenario. Krimi Dosham means the bacterial and viral infection which is created by the bacteria or the virus, that can be controlled by the pranayama of particularly the Surya Bhedi and Bhastrika, Brahmari, and also the Kapalabhati Kriya. Because all these suggestions, if we think about the present scenario, then we can control them by the practice of Shat Kriyas, asanas, primas, mudras, bandhas, and slightly when we are working on them physically and mentally, properly and regularly, the level of the concentration, the level of that stillness of the mind will automatically be increased, and we have not to practice much about the dhyana or the meditation. Some people are confused and some people are not clear what is the right technique of the asana, of the dhyana. The right technique of dhyana is only when we involve this body into the Shat Kriyas or in other Hatha Yogic Kriyas. If we are serious about that, and if we are practicing that with the pratipadhata or the commitment, immediately we will enjoy that situation with the comfortability of the body and the mind, and the level will begin to grow of to move towards the meditation also. So these are scripture. If we ask about the asanas, what is asana? Asana is asan, which makes that whatever situation of the body we are passing through, we have to ease it down, we have to calm it down, we have to make it more comfortable. अर्थात जो मेरे शरीर की परिस्थिति इस समय चल रही है उसको और ज्यादा आसान बना देना आसन का कार्य है। इसलिए हठ दीपिका में भी चाहे ग्रहण संहिता हो, चाहे महर्षि पतंजलि हो, गोरख संहिता हो या शिव संहिता हो, nobody has given multifarious and very difficult techniques of asanas. Very simple asanas they have included, and in particularly Hatha Deepika, it is said you just do only five kriyas a day, you will be very, very happy and you will control all the diseases of the body. I'm just interacting it because this is required to the younger generation to be given this type of counseling, that by the faithful obedience and practice of these kriyas, your body will become very, very powerful and it will become very attractive. You have not to go to the salons. You have not to go for other cosmetics beautification of the body. The cosmetic beautification of the body has already been provided to us by the God in the form of the skin, and no cosmetics will match the beauty of the skin. So we should be conscious about the skin also. So when in Hat Pradipika it is said, Navo Mudra, Mahamudra, Jnanam Jalandram, Moolabandhan Ch Yoveti, Sa Yogi Mukti Bhajanam. That the person who knows the art of practice of Navamudra, Mahamudra, Dhyanvanda, Jalandravanda, Moolabandha, that person is liberated from all the problems of the life. Okay. So we have here they say we have to practice only this much of it. Again, they are saying, they are telling us that we have only to do in the pranayama, in relation to pranayama, pranapana nadabindu, moolabandhancho ekatam, gatva yogasya samsiddhi, ichchato natra sanshaya. Only we have to practice how to control the prana, how to control the apana, how to control the sound vibrations, which again attracts and lures us and make us to change our commitment. And also the Vindu, the sperm also we have to control. We have to know what is Brahma and how to move on the path of Brahmacharya glimpses. Then again, Moolbandha, they said Moolbandha is also very, very important. The person who practices all these 5 forms, he also get expertise in yoga. There is no doubt in it. Again, they say, Pranapanor ekyam kshayomutra purishayaha, which means that when prana and apana, they work in close coordination inside the body, kshayomutra purishya, all the problems are released through the urine and through the stool, or whatever problems are generated because of the deformities in the passing of the stool, in the passing of the urine, they are also controlled by balancing biomechanically with the practice of pranayama to make it close to each other. And then Yuva bhavati vriddho api satatamula bandhanat, the old person also become young by the continuous practice of yoga, by the continuous practice of yoga. Similarly, the pranayama is. So this is what we need, this type of yogic education and this yogic information to the younger generation, right from the schools to the university level, because I could not touch the part of pranayama, but in the end I must say that pranayama, it is said, pranayamo bhave devam patakendan pavaka pranayamo bhavodadi rochate yogvi sada or kaya nagri madhe tu maruta kshiti palaka. O prana, you are the supreme monarch inside this body, inside this body or of this bodily kingdom, and you can look after its nutrition properly than anything else. So, and in Gita also it is said, Aham Vashva Naro Bhutva Praninam Deham Ashrita Pranapana Samakritva Pachamyannam Chaturvidam. So, through the pranayama, we just arise our that Jatragni or the fire element in the body to make this body more glittering, more glowing, more attractive, more genuine, and more purposeful to the self and to the others. With these words, thank you very much. Sarve bhavantu sukhina, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschit dukkhat bhavet. Thank you, Dr. Saab, Professor Sharma ji, and your team that you have given me. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.